Okay, so welcome everyone. Bitanya ngayon version, Itanong Kay Babo. Later, we will introduce our guest formally. But I hope when we are here in a very light moment with a very good restaurant located at the heart of London. This is Tuk Tuk with the name. It inspires us that we are here, that there's so much food later on we'll be enjoying with our guests. Ana Luis Crespo. I'm sorry, Ana Luis
Luisa.
Ana Luisa Enriquez Crespo. Otherwise Luigi, and the Crespo is from Luisa. This is a Buanga. Okay. Enriquez. But now, Ana is well settled here in London. Has a husband who's not quite Filipino, I should say. He is Spanish by nationality. Would you mind perhaps telling us the husband? Is he a Filipino? What's the name of your husband? Sorry.
Yeah, my husband's name is Manuel.
Manuel.
Yeah, his family name is Corriente.
Corriente, that's it. Very Spanish at the same time, very Filipino. We have a very important topic, Madam, today, because we will be introducing a language expert, linguist, trained, owned, not only in the Philippines, I'm not talking local here, not only in the Philippines, but she was educated, most especially in Spain. Am I correct?
Yes, my master's was in
There you are. And also, you also have your state, shall we say, and your education coming from Canada.
Yes, Montreal.
And which is, what higher education you're talking about?
So, after high school, which was in the Philippines.
So you went first to Canada?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing was Canada.
And then
Even
Spain.
before Spain, you have your Canada. So what did you take up in Canada?
So, in Canada, I did the equivalent of the A-level here in the
That's for university.
Yes, so
Okay.
for university. So high school in the Philippines, that's alphabet. And then in Canada, university. And I took up Spanish and French.
In Canada.
Yes.
Spanish. So what really inspired you to take up on languages? Because we know you are from Sudan. Sudan, I'm not sure whether they're really, shall we say, focused on languages as far as schools. But what inspired you to take on
During the time, no, we didn't have any foreign languages in Sudan. I'm not sure. I think I believe now we do. Yes. And no, it was simply love of languages that I wanted. I mean, we were, Montreal is a French part, the French province.
Okay.
French province. So you've got a different language there already. And then obviously, I was just very interested in Spanish. And then eventually, I took up Italian. I was supposed to take up Latin, but it wasn't available. I took up Italian. And I just really loved it. And I couldn't choose between Spanish and Italian, so I decided to do a double major.
Okay. But mind you, madam, you will say you are a linguist, an expert. I'm not saying just a linguist. Anybody can be a linguist. But you're an expert because part of your credential is as an interpreter.
Yes.
And not to mention that you're working in an embassy to do interpreting jobs. So how many languages will be taking?
I speak, aside from Tagalog and English, I speak Spanish.
But mind you, I'm not talking speaking. You are an expert. Because you are teaching these days. You are an expert.
I have a degree
You have,
in teaching Spanish.
Spanish?
Not Italian and French.
but you can speak
Of course.
Filipino. But what I'm saying is you have a degree as well or something like that.
Not in
You have not
Tagalog.
studied nothing like that. So you just
Interestingly enough.
Filipino
not
in high school. That's the only exposure. Okay.
The only one is in high school, actually.
But then, you know it by
but then,
heart.
but then obviously,
You're born with it.
yes, being abroad. And then in Canada, I started to work as an interpreter for Tagalog, English, or French. French to Tagalog or vice versa. Of course, your Tagalog improves. Even though I wasn't in the Philippines, my Tagalog improves.
Okay. Yeah, but how deep is as far as Tagalog is? You were born in Manila.
I was born in Manila.
So that is perhaps the reason you are deep in as far as Filipino. Because you'll be teaching Filipino. Mine is, you'll be ambassador of Filipino language all over the world.
Hindi naman siguro.
Because you're teaching Filipino.
Yeah.
For the Canadians, for the French, for the Italians, and all this.
Yeah, I do hope to teach, Filipino in other languages aside from English. That is, when you were talking about earlier about goals.
Yes,
I think that
yes.
is one of the goals I have, is to translate the lessons I have done to French, Italian, and Spanish.
But now that you are in London, you are now, you have actually opened up your language school.
Yes.
It's ILAW.
Ltd.
And you've given us your, shall we say, some of the classes. It's very quite heavy.
It is indeed. That's
There
why
are
I've been very busy.
350 classes, blah blah blah, and with them 2002, and 620 hours of teaching, among others. Yeah, so what will be the goal as far as London is concerned?
Well, as far as this is concerned,
No, not across all business side yet. But what I'm saying is, as far as teaching language, Filipino language, what do you plan to teach here? Is it just the Tagalog?
for now, we only have Tagalog. Yeah. There are other companies.
That's English, Tagalog, Tagalog to English, both.
We're teaching Tagalog to English speakers at the moment.
Okay, so but if you say English speakers, it does not, it does not, let's say, exclude the, because we are Filipinos born here. You see, and then parents might not necessarily be, so they say, they're not exposed to English, Filipino language. So do you also teach Filipinos born here?
Filipino born, of course. Yeah.
And they have difficulty, same level as British counterpart.
So basically, at the moment, we're teaching Filipino to English speakers, or people who know how to speak English. Then they can avail of our classes. But yes, in the future, we will hope to translate the lessons that we have in French, Spanish, and Italian, and to be able to open up
And we just added in the prior discussion. I was, some say, bluntly asking you, you set up this ILAW. What will be the target? Is it more on the business side, let's say? What will be the...
business.
in fact, I was asking you,
Yeah.
is it, how much percentage, total
Yeah.
percentage is it as an advocacy,
Yeah.
as a vocation?
Yeah.
Is it more of on the business
I
side?
think it's more of a business, not business side, more of advocacy.
Advocacy.
In spreading the language, in teaching the language, and also teaching others how to teach the language.
Do you think there's really a need to do that?
Yes.
As far as a London?
Yes, of course.
Because there are a lot of Filipinos, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of Filipinos here, who are based here, and they can speak, still speak well. I mean, casually, because with Filipino, in fact, a lot of born here, or being foreigners, or let's say that, nationals coming from here, who can in fact speak already in Tagalog, because the housemates, the workers, the cleaners, they are Filipinos, they teach the Filipinos. So, you think there is really a void, shall we say, a need to
Yes, I think there is a need.
have the
Yes.
upliftment of, shall we say, the English
Definitely.
I'm sorry, not English, Tagalog.
No, definitely there's a need. Because the reason when I set up the business, it was also testing the market. Yeah, you're testing the market. It's not market. And indeed, you have a lot of people who did not grow up speaking Filipino at home. So they want to sort of reclaim back a bit of their heritage. So you have Filipinos who were born and raised here who are learning Tagalog. And then you also have professional people who want to do business in the Philippines. So they want to learn a little bit. And then you also have the children, I have not mentioned the children, but also spouses and partners of Filipinos who want to learn Tagalog.
So there's the two points I really want to see. Because in terms of business, how can it help? I'm not talking about the language business. I'm talking about the business in London in general. It could be the workers, as well as employment.
Alisin ko na lang kaya.
It could be
Alisin ko na lang kaya to.
how can you think they can make the business? How
Ibig
can
sabihin,
engage
pag inalis ko,
language problem as far as
pag inalis ko to, live audio.
business in general, madam, it's not the language.
Audio ng ano, tinan ko nga. Pakinggan mo nga.
The business and trade, yeah. How can it, do we have any engagements as far as trade is concerned between, let's say, Britain and Philippines?
Yes,
That
but
we
most
really
of
need-
it, most of it is
that we need to
conducted in
translate?
Tagalog. There is some. In the NHS, you have some government agencies do have documents translated from English to Tagalog.
Or maybe let's put it this way, like in your case, you say you do the translation, most of the documents. Which documents are those that you really need to translate? That's it.
I don't do anymore, but during the pandemic, I did see a lot of documents translated English to Tagalog. And we
Or
were-
Tagalog,
yeah,
because of vice versa.
yeah. And because they, to make sure that people understood.
Is this more of the, on which side is it more of the civil
It
documents?
depends on the government. It depends on their budget. Because some agencies, government agencies here do have the budget to have their documents or what information campaign they're running to be translated into Tagalog.
So there's really a need for that. And we think there's a very impression that there is really a need. Because from what I gather, the documents coming from the Philippines, they're already in English. I mean, that's maybe.
Yeah.
We are good in English, we are exposed to English. Filipinos can really do well, speak and that. But you said it's the language that needs to be, well, improved. The Filipino.
Sabihan mo nga,
I
Amy.
think it's going to be
Amy,
essential for
sabihan
us
mo nga.
in terms of business.
Sabihan mo lakasan nila.
It depends on, I don't think,
Legal documents, let's say
legal
legal
documents,
documents.
no, I don't think that you will be seeing that in terms of business transactions in the Philippines because it's, as you said, we speak English well.
Yeah, but I mean here, because here there are still documents written in Tagalog.
It depends
Do
on
we need any document written down in Filipino?
not that I know of. You can have like something like if there's a film, then
So all these
Tagalog
things-
has to be translated. Yeah.
So all these things, we have talked about the business side. Perhaps it's not that impactful. But as far as, let's say, advocacy,
Yeah,
then
culturally.
I think this is where
Culturally.
we can really, how can that perhaps be a goal for you? What will be the goal as far as advocacy is concerned? Because what do you want us to, okay, what do you want us, okay? Sabi mo na, the voice. What do you aim to do as far as your advocacy is concerned? What will be the
Well,
grand plan?
grand plan. As I said, I do hope to spread the Tagalog Filipino language as much as possible to heritage learners, meaning the children of Filipinos who are growing up here. And also, on the other hand, I also want to train the teacher to help Filipinos who would like to teach Tagalog, to have a framework of how do you teach it, because it doesn't mean that you speak the language that you can teach the language.
course.
Yeah. So because I've been lucky enough to have an experience in teaching the language, I want to impart that knowledge as well. And I think that Filipino is an important language. I think it is a global language because anywhere you go, we have Filipinos. Yeah, and you have Filipinos. You have a lot of people learning Filipinos all over the world. It's incredible. It's really, really incredible.
Really?
Yes.
Honestly, because to me, honestly, I am a layman. I'm not a linguist. Perhaps you can say that in no moment in my life I understand these things.
Yeah.
But because although yes, you're true, you're right, you say assuming, that families, Filipinos, they're everywhere. In fact, surprisingly, yes, there are Filipinos in Iceland. That far.
Yes, anywhere, honestly. Anywhere you go, we're like
There'll be
Chinese.
wives of a foreign-born national, what, children from outside or Filipinos by origin,
Yeah.
etc., etc., etc. And it's really true.
Yeah.
That you don't really have to go.
You don't have to go very
the
far.
textbooks, yeah. You can just go out of the where you are and can really see
Always.
the reality. So, how will this? What will be the impact of this? What you're doing to?
Well,
What will be the?
I think that my company is just one of the many companies out there offering classes in Tagalog, because there's a lot out there, especially on the internet. As I said to you, I get inquiries from all over the world, from Africa, from India.
All over the world?
Yes, Africa, India. They say, like, can you tell us more about your classes? And on Facebook, you have a lot of groups wherein people
So
from
why?
all over the world learn
Why do you
Tagalog.
think all these people? What would be the mindset?
Yeah, why?
Because you know what? Not to downgrade Filipino language, but how is it going to be useful in terms of
A social,
relations?
Tagalog is, I think, quite a social language. Yeah, you're not going to learn it because you're going to read something in Tagalog. You are learning Tagalog because you want to communicate with somebody who speaks Tagalog. And I think that's why I say it's more of a social language. Yeah, it's not something like you're studying French. It's a diplomatic language. We're not there. Yeah, it is a social
And
language.
speaking about a social language, we talked about the character of Filipino language, which you said it's rich and unique. Now, that's another topic that we need to discuss. Why do you think it's rich? I have my own thought on that as well. But why do you think it's very rich and it's unique, and we need to know that we should be proud of the language?
Why we should
What makes it different from other languages?
Well, I personally think it's beautiful like many other languages, but of course we have the influence of Spanish and of English and Malay, and so many things have influenced Tagalog. So I think it is a fun language to learn. Because as I said, you have Filipinos everywhere. And I think the reason why sometimes I wonder, like, I'm into this in WhatsApp group, no? And we're like 80 people in that group, and it's people in Latin America, Argentina, Chile, Cuba, Mexico, all learning Tagalog. And I'm wondering, why are you guys learning Tagalog? It's either because they're married to a Filipina, or they visited the Philippines,
And they love it.
they love it, and they want to learn the language. And also because some
Not
of
to
them are
mention the
married.
food.
And the food, So, it's really interesting why, and then somebody from India texted me and said, like, hey, I want to learn your language, and I asked him, why do you want to learn it? And he says, well, it's a challenge, and also I think it's a fun language, and I have a lot of Filipino friends, and I want to be able to converse with them in their own language.
Okay. You've already said it's more or less the impression of getting it's a tool. It's a tool. And it's a very interesting tool. So what is it? On top of what you say, it's just to communicate socially, it's a social language. What else? What tool are we talking about?
It is also,
And let's say in common, perhaps you can just be creative about it. So what can it contribute to, let's say,
to a person
to
learning
society and the world? Yes, exactly.
the person learning it. So, language, like anything, is your window to somebody's culture. So, from the language, you learn the culture. You learn the culture of Filipinos, part Tagalog culture, Filipino culture. Because obviously, in our country, we have so many different people, indigenous people, different tribes. So, learning Tagalog will give you a window into what the culture is like.
But
Yeah.
mind you, it's not in Tagalog.
Not
We have 35 languages.
We have a lot of languages. So we're just like one small part, trying
The
to
millions.
contribute to how this is what we're like, our culture.
That's-
So that's true language, yeah. Because a lot of things you learn about culture through language.
Speaking of language, I like example, Chapacano. That is Spanish. To me. You don't see any Filipino term and put salt.
There's a lot of Bisaya
Bisaya as well.
in Chabacano. Yeah.
Bisaya instead of Tagalog.
Yeah, instead of Tagalog.
There's not.
I guess, well, Chabacano I know of because my mom is from some place, from Zamboanga. But I think the Chabacano of Cavite is different because it has more Tagalog, probably more Tagalog.
But if you go to Zamboanga,
Yeah.
for Chapacano, it's rich in Spanish. So then you are correct in any way saying it's a window.
It's a window,
Because
yeah.
very rich. There are facets whereby it's
And window also because I think, as you said earlier, there are things in English that you can translate. There's things in Tagalog rather that you can't translate into Tagalog, and that is part of the culture. Yeah. So if I say something Babo, Uy Babo, makikikain ako sa inyo. So how would you translate that in English, Babo?
makikikain ako. Can I share food?
You sort of invited yourself over.
But you know, in English it's just plain, straightforward.
But
That's it.
you don't say,
But
can I come to your house and eat at your place? You don't say that.
You don't say that. It's a no-no.
But in Tagalog, you
We
go,
have
uy,
to-
makikikain ako sa inyo. And that's it.
And that's the beauty.
That's it. You don't have that. That's English.
beautiful, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And also because of it's cultural, no? In Tagalog, I mean, in the Philippines, no? With the water, I remember water shortage or walang telepono, uy, makikitawag ako. Ngayon may cell phone tayo. But uy, makikitawag ako sa inyo kasi may party night or something like that. Or makikiligo kasi walang tubig. So those things don't really exist in the...
In another language.
In English, for that.
Especially in
Yeah.
English. Of course, in one word, you can actually derive
Yeah.
multiple meanings.
But,
What other examples can you say? Inaalala, alala, mag-alala.
a lot. Like, example, take kain. There you go, take kain. Diba? May kain, makainin, kinain,
Kakain.
kakain.
But it's,
you have
you have a different
Yeah.
meanings
Yeah.
for a word.
Yeah, that's the thing that I think the beautiful thing about Tagalog. We have a root word, and from the root word, you get so many meanings. The important thing is to know the root word, and you get an idea of what's going on. Yeah, but the affixes and the prefixes you also have to know.
Because you were saying, there's a term that I really like you to say, conjugate.
Yeah, conjugation sa Tagalog. Yes.
How do you conjugate?
In Tagalog, how do you conjugate? It depends on what verb.
Because you know,
see.
when I heard you say conjugate, this
It's
only
funny.
applies in English language, and really if not, you
Other
really use
language.
conjugate in a language.
In a-
But here you are telling me you conjugate language. Wow. How do we do that?
In Tagalog, it's funny because we never learned it.
We don't. Actually, the one now that we're talking about this, as I said, the impression, the moment you said conjugate the language Filipino,
What are you talking about?
does she really know what she's saying? Because in English, you only use it, as I said, really, that we don't really use conjugate. It's just to express, to link, or what have
Yeah,
you.
maybe because I'm more of Latin-based language, I would say to conjugate. But yes, in Tagalog,
How do we do that?
although we never learned it,
Yes, yes.
I think we never learned it in school.
Mhm.
I think we did actually, probably second, third year of high school, when you were introduced to the Salita Hugat. Di ba? Salita Hugat to conjugate. So example, kain, Salita Hugat. So conjugate because it's an verb, kumain. So, kumain,
nice.
kumakain, kakain.
This is the beauty of it, because look,
We don't think about it.
I don't think about how to conjugate a language. I never thought of that. It's only coming from you now. We have this chance meet, and you were able to inspire me. Indeed, there is such thing as conjugate of languages.
Yes,
Wow,
yeah.
that's good.
But if you speak Ilonggo, no?
Yeah, I do speak Ilonggo as well, and this Ilonggo, I'm sure,
That's
could also be reached by
interesting.
itself.
Yes. I mean, because I've been wanting to learn. I understand a little bit. But, for example, if Ilonggo, how do you say kumain, to eat?
Kaon.
Kao. So, kumain, how do you say?
Nakakaon na.
So, nakaka. So, that's it. And then
That's
you
a
will eat.
conjugation.
You will eat.
Count ka.
So that's it.
Count ka mo.
So you see, you have all these prefixes before you're conjugating, but you don't know. You
We
didn't know
don't
that.
know. I don't use conjugation
Yeah,
in a language. Believe me. But anyway, so going back, there is a target. What will be the target? We already talked about the business side, we talked about the advocacy. Because ILAW is a newly formed corporation. You are with, by the way, you are with let me get it right, yeah? Your partners are impressive by themselves.
I have my teachers,
Stella Said,
Said,
Luigi, that's you.
me,
And then Clarinda
Clarinda
Mansfield.
So Clarinda is
Mansfield, I reckon, is British sounding.
yeah.
But this is not British because Clarinda is not British.
Clarinda, no, Clarinda Alvarez.
Married to a
Mansfield.
British perhaps. Okay. And then Said is
Said is a British, actually it's British.
Said.
Stella is Stella Wilson Said.
so we say in ILAW, you're not only talking here the Filipino language. There might just perhaps other languages that related to Filipino, Italian,
Yes, that's
That's
one
the
of the
goal.
goals. Yeah, to translate the lessons that we have in those languages.
You know why I asked you this? Because you mentioned a lot of target is worldwide
Hindi
operation.
world domination.
Ano naman sa kanya, hawakan na lang yung mic niya, hawakan na lang niya
Without a
yung
shadow
mic
of a
niya.
doubt, there is the need is there. And not only just need, urgent, shall we say, critical need.
Yes,
Because some of the language like
I mean, if you don't teach it to the next generation, it will disappear. I mean,
that is
Chabacano,
that's
it's already-
very noble advocacy.
yeah.
So on the percentage, the side of percentage, how much that is, how much of advocacy? You said
We can say 75-25 and maybe even 80-20.
75 for advocacy.
I would think so.
You want to preserve the language. Yeah, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah. So worldwide, what would be the plan here? Because I know you're starting in London. London is a window by itself.
Yes.
This is really, to me,
Yes.
this is
absolutely.
universe. Center of the universe, believe me. Whatever comes, sick man of London, everyone else gets sick as well. You get me? So
Yeah.
you start in London, it's a very good start by the way. You want to start your ILAW. And ultimately, what will be the
So, well, the thing is,
global, I'm talking about.
the thing is, I feel that at the moment, I mean, London is our base. We are
Yes.
a limited company. We are registered in England.
Mm.
Yeah? So it stays that way because we are online. Our form is online, so we can teach anywhere. We can teach anybody anywhere in the world.
Oh, it's
Yeah, we don't have a
okay.
physical classroom. Yeah, everything is online
That's by Zoom.
by Zoom. By Zoom.
Zoom, I would choose.
Yeah, Zoom, exactly. By Zoom. And I don't intend to go out and get a place and rent it out and all that. No. The online platform works for us really well. And at the same time, because it's online, anybody can join from anywhere in the world. Yes? I said to you that we have students logging in different places, no? From the States, Canada, Switzerland.
And you've done that reach so far.
Sorry?
Have you reached these countries as far as you're having students coming from these countries?
Switzerland, Ireland.
You are very busy.
We're very busy. We're very busy. Thankfully,
How many workers do you have? It's 350 classes. There you
so
are.
far since September.
Wow,
Since
that
we
is
started September 2020.
this 350 amounts to a university. If you can call it.
Actually it's 35 courses. So per course is 10 classes. So yes, 350 by the end of spring.
And how many do you need for students? Sorry, so teachers, you need what?
How many do we have?
122 students taught, 78.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. We have 5 courses.
650 hours of
Teaching,
teaching.
more or less.
And
Yeah.
that is,
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's why we're very busy.
How could you be able to? I mean, this is by itself already. This is a university on that workload.
Yeah.
Because I was a teacher myself before.
But at least we're three. Thank God we're three.
No, no, I was-
Because otherwise, I wouldn't have the hours
Yeah,
of day.
because I understand this because of the hours.
Yeah, of the
8
hours,
hours,
yeah.
O may question daw, Babu.
Okay.
Maybe may we request the mic of Miss Luigi na
Okay,
hawakan na lang. Tapos medyo
Hawakan na lang.
alisin mo diyan. Yan, and then, yan. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Ayan.
So that one.
Okay. Miss Luigi, ang tanong lang namin, kasi mostly yung mga nagtuturo ng mga language school ng Filipino, ang sabi nila, mas magandang simulan sa bata. But we notice in your language school na online, mostly talaga ang na-reach yung mga adults. So is there a difference teaching the adults and the children in your own opinion since you are also running this kind of online education?
Siyempre, for mas bata, I think iba yung pag-absorb nila ng language, di ba? So, in some ways, it is easier for them to learn, yes? But at the same time, if you're an adult, it doesn't mean that you can't learn the language, yeah? I myself, I was 16 when I learned the other languages I learned, you know? So that's, you know, not really adult.
But there's
pero-
no formal education for that. When you learn the language.
No, the other like Spanish, Italian, and French, I learned it when I was 16. You know, so I
Is
mean
it
that,
in a formal education?
yes, formal setting,
Okay.
yes. So it's not very, how do you say it? How do you say it? The approach is a bit different, obviously, if you're teaching a 5-year-old compared to a 20-year-old. Of course, the approach is different, but the basics, what we are teaching are the same. Yeah? And as you said, Carol, we have more adult children because, adults
Than children.
than children, mainly because the children here are very busy. They have all these activities after school, and our classes is after school or Saturday mornings. And you can imagine what it's like for children here.
Yeah.
They're like filled with so much activity.
With zero patience.
Yeah. So I think the students that we have are very, very lucky because they're very dedicated and they really want to learn. You know, so I think, you know,
And then there's
quality versus quantity, no?
There's a
of
handful
students.
of young students here.
Yes, definitely.
Like
There are
let's say
very-
you're talking of let's say
maybe
a small percentage.
maybe from how many kids do we have? Like 30 children, maybe out of half?
52 children.
52 children. So maybe about, I would say, 15 of them are like really into learning.
Learning.
Yeah.
Seriously, deep.
Yeah, seriously learning.
Oh, okay. So we come up with the why ILAW? That also amazed me. Why did ILAW?
Why ilaw?
ILAW. So,
It's why?
well, it was a light bulb moment. That's one thing.
Okay.
And also I thought of other names, but at the same time you need light to study, diba? And my married name is Corriente, which translates to ilaw in Tagalog, no? Ilaw.
Would it be like,
electricity? So it is in a way also to give credit to my husband and to my married name, which I do not use.
Namesake.
Namesake. Yes.
ILAW. But does this have to do with the spark that the language gives
The
you?
spark as well. Very good. I didn't think of that. But light bulb moment then.
And ito, Babu, meron ako na-discover. You know that Luigi is the one who, ikaw yung nagtuturo ng magiging ambassador, di ba? Na pinapadala natin sa Pilipinas.
Then that's another thing.
Yes, I'm one of the teachers. Yes. Working sa foreign office, sa language center. Yes.
Before they're assigned to whatever.
Oo. Before they assign something.
So it's a formal contract. We're saying, or how does the ambassador go about it? Because if you say you're teaching ambassador, you're not teaching the line staff or agencies. You're teaching the ambassador.
Yes.
You're not saying these are your
Some of the diplomats also, if they want to learn, but mostly
Diplomats.
for Tagalog and Filipino, it's normally for the ambassador.
But you do this on a one-to-one basis, or it's
Yes.
you do this on a class
No. It's only the
classroom
ambassador.
one-to-one.
Yeah.
So you have to learn the language whenever they're assigned.
If they're assigned to the Philippines, yes.
No, but let's say a Filipino going to France,
No,
No, it's the ambassador.
no, it's the British ambassador to the
To the
Philippines.
Philippines. Oh, okay. So now I know why.
That's why it's
Now I get
that's
it.
why I say I
Yeah,
work
yeah, yeah. Okay.
at the language
So
center
it should be
for
from other countries to the Philippines. That's what you're saying. So have you had really this experience? I mean,
yes.
on several occasions, I would say.
I'm lucky enough to have taught 2 ambassadors so far.
2 of us knows.
Yes.
Coming from which countries? Papua New Guinea.
No, from the from the UK, yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's very good. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
You're a linguist. I mean, you should know this because imagine you are teaching an ambassador who was perhaps more experienced than you are, more widely educated, you might say, but you are teaching them proper language.
I certainly hope so.
It should be proper. I mean, you won't go this far with these 350 classes, etc., etc. If you are not really doing what it takes to do this.
That's what I said, Babo, earlier, because we do get a lot of training at the foreign office on how to teach.
How to teach?
Yes, how to
Or
teach.
just language? Okay.
You know, how to teach, skills in teaching, tools, and all that. So for me, I have my materials, things that I've developed. So as I said, I do want to be able to share that knowledge, not to be able to share how do you teach this language.
This is by modules, you say?
Yeah, the
Module.
one that I've designed, yes, by modules.
You design it yourself. Are you not teaching Ilonggo?
Ako kailangan turuan ng Ilonggo.
I can volunteer.
Namigit.
Luigi, kasi 'di ba, sabi mo nga doon sa mga pinadala mo sa aming materials na we learn a lot from it. When we were in school during our days, we were taught that there's only one official language, which is Tagalog, and then the others are dialects. And now iba pala 'yon, ano? So we have so many like is Bicolano considered a language? You see? Oh. At first, we don't know that. Not until na, kasi nakikipaglaban ako dati na hindi, dialect lang sila, kaya pala language. But that's how we learn.
35 with hundreds of dialects.
Oh, katulad ng Bisaya, di ba?
Oh yeah, in fact ito, funny enough, yung Negros.
Yes.
2 languages.
Hiligay nun, no?
Hiligay nun and Bisaya. Ano lang, ang pagitan niya is just the river.
Yeah.
You cross, you talk to different set of people. Different culture, different set of people. Ano pa lang yan, that's on one island.
Exactly. Ilan tayo? Ilang islands ba tayo? Alam mo ba?
Oh,
Ilan. Huwag magkakamali. Ilan?
Miss Universe.
1,000.
Nako, may pinagmanahan. May pinagmanahan.
Saan mo nabasa yun?
Oh, paano narinig ko yan sa isang kandidato?
Nabasa yun?
Kandidat.
Alam na this.
Okay. So then you want, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us somebody who can more or less contribute and transform
I hope.
the propagation, ganda, lalim yan, of the Filipino language. Because, as you said,
It is the window to our culture.
Yes.
window.
And also, diba, because we have again heritage learners, meaning the children of Filipinos who are growing up abroad. It's very important because if you don't teach the language, you lose a lot in terms of culture. So sometimes you don't understand why their parents are like that. And it's through language. It's as simple as I said earlier. If the parents said, makikikain kami dyan, the child probably is growing up in a Western society goes like, what did she say? Why is this is like nothing, this is not permitted.
Yeah.
It is in our language because we have that. It's cultural.
Teka nga, di ba, ano sabi ni Rizal? Ang
Hindi magmahal ng sarili.
wika ay mas mabaho pa sa...
Sa isang malansang isda.
Pero Luigi, sabi nila, to learn the language, it is more parang effective na you have to visit the country. Are you also planning to do this just in the future? Like say, for example, I want to speak Spanish or learn Spanish. Most of my friends are telling me they learn it when they go to Spain. Is that, yeah?
I think that the students we have, actually, a lot of them are preparing to go to the Philippines. either to visit relatives or to do business. So, you know, we're just one of the many tools that you can use in learning languages. In particular in Tagalog, because honestly, in the internet, ang dami-dami. If you go to YouTube, there's so much
Yeah.
out there. But we teach, for us, it's very important. You have a tutor teaching you. And for us, the goal really is for you to speak. You know, it's not for you to be able to write in Tagalog. You have that too. You can read Tagalog with us. But also, important skills that we are developing are listening and speaking. That's very, very important. Because you are learning Tagalog to be able to communicate
But
with
maybe
your friends and family.
the unwritten benefit there is the culture.
The culture. And one of the important things that we teach, almost all our classes end with a song. Yeah? So we have, because it is so important. First of all, vocabulary-wise, when you're singing, you enrich your vocabulary. And then of course, we have so many beautiful songs. OPM, beautiful. Yeah? Absolutely.
Marami
And
po.
then, you know, you can also teach grammar through the song, you know, indirectly. So, I may give an example, Babo, for the future tense. Sometimes, if it's a future tense, well, we play the song overdrive for the reason. Because
Drive ako.
yeah. So then they start saying, oh, we just taught the lesson. Now, how to conjugate, your favorite word of the day, how to conjugate the future tense, and biglang put mag-drive ako. Yeah. So, there you go. So, of course, you have to make language fun.
But
Because who will let you buy it? You want to
exactly. Because as what you said, you are, I think, in the process of sending people back to Philippines to be, shall we say, exposed to the language.
Yes.
Or also assimilate other people.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Integrated to it.
In one way or another, you are encouraging tourism. I think this is also a notice for the
I mean,
tourism department in London.
It's funny because I think last spring we did get the permission from our tourism office here, and we had several posters that says it's more fun in the Philippines, and we said, and even more fun if you learn Tagalog.
Very well. Si, ang idol ko, ang head.
Yeah.
Si Sir Jerry.
Hello, Jerry.
Jerry Panga. Yan, idol natin yan. So what else? I mean, so here we are, we're talking about language, related to culture,
Yeah.
and now we're talking of tourism. Pero perhaps in the future, let's say in the future, just in the future, what else would we do?
And also, even the food, Filipino food is becoming very, very popular.
That's another aspect that I'm very, very interested by the body alone. It's very self-explanatory.
As I said, you have in my jacket, walang rice.
Walang rice.
You know, but
With-
my jacket with Pampinay, and if you see their products, they have kimono saying nasaan ang crispy pata. You know?
Galit pa yun.
I want nakalagay
May-
dito sa
may
likod
ano
ko,
pa eh,
I want
may-
pinakbet.
Pakita mo nga, Luigi. Para ipopromote natin. O sige, para pinopromote.
Ng ating Pampinay.
Courtesy
O,
of
diba?
Ilaw, ha? Ilaw.
It's nice.
Salamat, Pampinay.
O, ayan, o.
Walang rice.
Walang rice, pucha.
And then I have here we have also a Pampinay t-shirt.
Ayan, Pampinay. At ang sabi
Ano
niya,
nakalagay, katulad kong madaldal.
Chikadora.
Diba?
Bakit Chikadora? Hindi ba Marites?
Kasi,
Marites
hindi
yan?
Marites ha. Hindi ako Marites. Chikadora lang ako. Tapos ito, kita mo Carol.
Oo, diba? Ayan, o.
Pinakbit, pansit,
Sisig, kare-kare, bagnet, lechon.
Laging with rice.
With
Lahat na i-order na yan ngayon.
Talaga naman, ha? Rice is life.
Rice is life talaga, Inday.
Sige ma'am, go ahead. Ito
So,
na yung
hawakan ko na lang.
Hawakan para...
Maraming salamat.
Okay. So, spread some...
Ayan culture yan kasi pagkain.
Hindi, food by itself
Yeah.
is different.
Talagang, ano.
Ibahin natin yung food. Talagang pang ano eh.
Naku, madam, hinihingi ni tindera sa Inglaterra yung ano mo, yung t-shirt mo. Sabi niya, mine, Chikadora shirt.
Chikadora. Meron pa silang echosera.
Ay, may uchosera.
Ayun naman.
May uchosera.
May echosera sila. Merong maarte.
Ay,
Maganda yung maarte.
aray ko.
Ano naman yun? Marite.
Hindi, maarte. Hindi marites, maarte.
Ang Marites is Mare, ano ba yan?
Paano pang marites?
Anong latest?
Anong latest? I think
gusto mo yung
I'll stop you there. Are you also interested to teach this
Of
lingo,
course.
street language
Of
at
course,
least?
you teach it as well.
Like Marites?
Oh, yeah, I teach that.
And do you understand that's Marisol? What's Marisol? That's Marisol.
Marisol, nakalimutan ko
Mare, hindi sulso.
Ano na? What?
Huwag magsulso.
Ah, okay.
Gusto ko yung Marina.
Ano yung Mari?
Mari, post mo na.
Ah!
I think your favorite ko.
Only in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's so rich. Tagalog is so rich. Di ba yung always all come up with all these things?
Kami
Diba?
of those Marisol, the names.
Yeah, nakakatawa. I mean, and we're always like, even for me, even for us abroad, we're always sort of like, trying to keep
Luigi,
up.
may isa. Yung mga words na nagiging uso because of our friends from Filipino LGBT. Let's say, for example, mga channeling. Di ba? Ang dami na nila. Tanggap ba yon?
Oo, I mean, right now, hindi pa formally. Kasi you teach that at a higher level.
Informal na siguro.
Informal.
No, really.
I still don't
No,
know that
like
yet.
example, like, something like, kasi mahilig tayo mag-invert rin ng mga words, no? Katulad ng, example, Lodi.
Idol, yeah.
Diba? So, Pet Malu, I love Pet Malu. Sino mga ganun, parang una, parang, ano yan? But it's also part of our language na mahilig mag-invert. So,
Ano, bet ba na? Lodi na
Oo,
nga.
tinuturo
Kung
ko
hindi
rin
ka
yun.
updated, sorry
Oo
ka.
nga.
You don't take, you
Exactly.
don't understand. You don't understand it.
Yeah, ganun ang normal Tagalog, di ba? Parang you need to be always updated. So yeah, I do try to do
Ito
that.
Marisol pa nga, no?
Yung
Talagang
Marisol
naisahan
ba?
pa nga ako dyan. eh.
Marisol.
Marisol, Marites, ano yan? Sabi ko.
Ano yan, di ba?
Pati mga, let's put it, LGBT.
Ano yung sakalam? Sakalam. Malakas. Sakalam. Oh, malakas. Sabi nga sabi ni Tindera, si Tinder.
So, I hope you have enough time for this.
Yeah, we still have time. Yeah, we have 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes pa lang. Light moment na tayo. So, here you
Light
are.
moment?
Hindi. Hindi, kaya nga kanina kasi heavy. Heavy oil. Anyway, we want to take on a light moment. That's fine. Personal. Personal na tayo.
Nay, unang
So,
personalan ha?
You were married for how many years? What have you done? Ask me. 2 years? Oh, no.
20 na yata, I think.
Okay.
I think 20
So,
na
how
this
many-
year. Kasi when we moved to England,
Where did
ano
you
ba,
meet
2000
us?
in Spain when I was doing my master's.
Okay. So, French, I'm sorry. Spanish talaga.
Spanish talaga siya.
Talagang natural.
Natural na.
Saan mo naman siya na-meet?
Sa park. Oh, di ba? Sa park, may party. Oh, di ba? So nakilala ko siya. Kaibigan siya ng kaibigan ko. So, good
Kasi
friend.
mga Tagalog, sinong nagkumaros sa Tagalog? Sa
Wala.
Sinong love at first sight?
Ewan ko lang sa kanya kung love at first sight.
20 years siguro naman true love na yan.
O hindi naman,
Kala ko may asawa siya kasi may katabi siyang buntis na babae.
Oh.
So, yun pala hindi. Hindi pala may asawa yun. Kaibigan lang na umalis pagkatapos. No, yeah, 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
Oh.
This year yata, this year 20.
and then, how many?
We have two children.
2 children.
Yeah,
Now-
Diego who's 15 and Julian who's 10.
Now,
Yeah,
you're still young. Okay.
quite young. Oh, kasi matanda na ako. Makunat na ako.
No, but what I'm saying is-
Nag-asawa at nagkaanak ako.
When you had your child, maybe
Matanda na.
took years to...
Yeah, matanda na.
And then you settled finally here in London.
Yes.
And by the way, you are also, you have other professions, isn't it? I mean, on top of the English language
Aside
school.
from the language teaching, the school, yes, I do work as a part-time. I work as a a librarian.
Librarian.
Yeah, at a private Catholic school in Ealing. And then obviously at the foreign office, when we have a student, I teach at the foreign office.
Okay.
And then I have this, and then of course
So,
being a mother.
ilaw was,
And then
ilaw is the most interesting.
yeah, and then we have this is my pet my project for the pandemic. You know, everybody was stuck at home.
Okay.
And then people started calling me and said, can you teach my
So it's
kids?
just like how did all this idea start?
It's because as I mentioned also, I teach at SOAS sometimes.
Okay, that's one thing.
And
Okay.
one of the things that Christina and I have been wanting to do, and then Dr. Christina Juan of SOAS, we've been wanting to make Tagalog into a GCSE language. That is our project. We've been trying to do that for years. So I was talking to Christina and we met with a couple of people about it. And we've been wanting to do it. Because that is like really passionate one to the next generation. It becomes part of something that you can take in your curriculum for your GCSE. You can take Tagalog as GCSE as a language. So that's what we wanted. But then, it's a lot of work, a lot of paperwork. But as I said to Christina before, if we don't do this, we need to. So this is just one of the start. Kasi we need to put up a school to see and that's where ILAW came from originally. Yeah. Because what I said, if you think about end goals, we do want a GCSE around.
Well, that's
That's
far-fetched in a way, but
No, but it's
GCSE because
not.
you're integrating.
It's not because you've got
Really?
other. You have
you need
Urdu.
legislation to do that.
You have
Do you need legislation to do that?
No, what we need is interest. We need
And then you apply with the...
yes, the paperwork is there. When we need is another country telling us we're interested as well.
Really?
That's what they said. I think I can't remember if it's I think it's Cambridge or Oxford. I can't remember. To be able to do it like
Integrate into the society.
yes, we need another foreign country to say we also want that. So if you're looking at if the British school in Manila does it, it says we're interested, or schools in Singapore who are doing international baccalaureate, we want that too. So then it can be a GCSE language, and we hope that it will be one day.
So anyway, perhaps our time may be up, and we just like to leave the rest of the 5 minutes for Ma'am. You sell the idea. Your idea. That's what I'm thinking. Just for lack of the term. How should I say this? Maybe you can tell us more on the last 5 minutes.
The last 5
What
minutes.
your goal, your
Well,
aim.
I've been saying
invite them.
really, if you would like to learn Tagalog, Filipino, to learn it correctly, to learn it in a short period of time, and for you to be able to be confident in speaking
And learn the
Tagalog.
culture.
And learn the culture. We're here for you. It doesn't
Integrate
matter
the
what time
culture.
zone you are in.
And
We're
we
always
talking
awake.
also of
Maaring si Luigi na ang ating ina ng wikang pambansa sa Inglaterra.
who knows? Parang yan.
Sagad.
Oo, ang ina ng wika. Imagine mo, that's how passionate she is
Yeah.
to promote the
And then, of
language.
course, what else? Do I lack anything else?
Actually, Babu, one of our principal in the Philippines is watching. Hello, Ma'am Zaina de la Rosa, di ba?
As Tanya yun.
Yeah.
With love.
Yes, oo. Sila Ronnie, yan, hello po.
You have so much time.
Maraming salamat sa Britannia ngayon.
It's
More
been a
power to
very,
you guys.
because now you enlighten me. You
Nakakatuwa
enlighten
ka
me, really. And what you
Para
do,
daw managalog si Babu kasi mas more siya sa ano.
Ba't ano ako bago mag-ilong? Baka maging sweet ako. Maging mas sweet ako.
Pag-iwag ka, alam mo, Marites. Yan ang alam ko. Naligo na. Anyway.
Hindi, Babu, hindi mo natanong kay Luigi. Luigi, kung hindi ka nagtuturo ng lengguwahe, ano sa tingin mo ang magiging profession mo?
Nice one. Actually, hindi ako nagtuturo. Siguro naging diplomat ako.
Wow.
Because it's really, when I was young, I really wanted to be a
Madam,
diplomat.
underrated yan. Underrated pa yan, ha? Baka hindi lang diplomat.
Gusto ko talaga maging diplomat. Sabi ko, gusto ko maging ambassador. Dati gusto ko maging Miss Universe kasi para maka-travel daw. Kaya ambassador na lang. Pero it's funny because life turns out how it is and works in strange ways, no? But it's funny, hindi ako naging ambassador, pero I did work at the French Embassy, the Canadian Embassy, and technically ngayon British Embassy, and now teaching about it. So parang wow, full circle.
No, because
Ang galing.
you know, you have now the link, the window to these embassies.
Bahay na.
Bakay na pala to. Hindi lang window.
Hindi lang window.
May pinto na, kompleto na.
Oo.
Anyway, so that to all our televiewers and social media viewers, we'd like to thank everyone for watching our show with no less than RD Beast Expert. Baka, sorry,
Bigat naman yan, ha?
mababa naman, mababa lang naman ko. Yun na eh. Dapat should be more. But anyway, thank you very much, Ma'am Ana, Luisa,
Enriquez.
Wow. Parang heavy
At
yan.
salamat sa Britannia ngayon. At
Oh,
salamat
no,
sa
of course,
Tuk-Tuk.
thank you. Thank you
Dito
as
sa
well.
sa London, sa West Hampstead. Maraming salamat, Tuk-Tuk. Masarap na masarap ang
Tuktok,
pagkain
masarap
dito.
ito. Mamaya ma'am, may function. May yes, ma'am.
Oo.
So on behalf of our main director, ma'am Carol Panday, our main point woman. And then our
Siyempre, nanonood si Susan o si
Susan, ating abogado, Atty. Bayaw, and
Rafa.
socialite.
Rafa.
Rafa.
By the way, Susan is in Denmark.
Then,
Yeah.
Susan. Then, ma'am, baka you might want to... okay.
Mamroblema si Luigi, ang daming request sa magkaroon ng ilaw, ano yon, mga satellite,
Satellite branches.
Oo.
Hindi na problema yun kasi online.
Online, oo.
Digital na pala talaga.
Talagang wala akong physical classroom.
Exactly.
Pero just in case, is that part of your plan? Magkaroon na, talagang on?
Online format works very well.
Okay.
It's one of the tools in learning in the future.
And by the way, how do you get in contact
So
with
they can contact me by www.ilawltd.com. Yun ang website namin.
Oh,
Maybe
very
Carol
easy,
pwede yung i-flash.
Yeah.
www.ilaw.ltd.com.
Mhm.
May number.
Yung number, hindi ko memorize.
Okay.
May
So,
WhatsApp,
very well.
may Facebook.
But we are sharing their advert sa sa page natin lagi.
Salamat. Ay, nakita ko yun, Carol, na share niya.
Yeah.
So, meron mo ba? Wala na.
Wala na.
Let's eat pansit.
Oh, gutom na tayo eh. Gutom tayo sa sobrang isip.
So I hope next time makasama natin si Luigi, no? Yung talagang sa live stream wherein talaga maraming pwede magtanong. Oo. Hindi kasi this is something na we look forward na maging, alam mo na, sabi mo nga, you're helping not only our culture but also promoting our tourism, di ba? Oo.
Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Okay. Babu?
So, okay, so on behalf of Britannia ngayon, ano ba ang sabi nyo?
Ako.
Ako, si Babo Gamboa, Philip Bayaw,
Carol Panday. Okay. Sabay-sabay tayong laban lang. 1, 2, 3. Laban lang.
Laban lang.
Okay.
thank you everyone.